following contains scenes that may not be appropriate for all viewers. Viewer discretion is advised. You have been warned.
Welcome back to another episode of Animation Horrors, and this time we're going to be taking a look at one of what I think is to be one of Disney's most infamous scenes, if not apart from a scene or whatever you want to call it, but it's from the movie Fantasia, the original one. It's called Night on Bald Mountain, and here we have Charenbog, or I think that's how you pronounce it anyways, Charenbog. So, it's definitely one of the more interesting pieces, and it's definitely a real head tilter. I'm not quite sure if it's disturbing or frightening, but it's definitely up there as in sort of creepy and freaked out. Obviously, it's not being realistic and it's more symbolistic to something else, and it's representing maybe something. My interpretation of it is that it's some sort of symbolism or representing something, which is exactly what animation horrors is all about. The nightmares that one has and the one recollection of things that one gets later on. Like the memories and stuff when they just really want to have a retrospective into something or something like that. And I don't know, it just really makes sense to me. And Charon Bog is the nightmares that we all have as children, and all of these, what people, I guess you can call paper souls, is what I call them because they're two-dimensional at one point. Yeah, they're all two-dimensional, but they're like paper two-dimensional at one point. So these paper souls are like just the memories that come at us and stuff. But like I said, everybody has a different interpretation for it, and everybody has a different meaning for it. The most popular one I've heard, of course, is the Charon Bog is supposed to be the devil. And of course that makes sense, but I don't know. I just think with a film like Fantasia and all the work that they put in to cue the music in, to match up the scenes just right and all that, I think there's definitely something more into there's just definitely something more into it than that. But, like I said, to each his own. But focusing on the scene alone, some things are pretty weird. Like, again, with these paper soul things we have dead people. I think they're supposed to be, I'm not quite sure. The horses, I'm not really quite sure what I'm looking at here. Like, some of them are supposed to be scary, some of them kind of look silly looking, and for a Disney production, it's really kind of spooky. This was, I believe, made in the 40s, and like most of the Disney movies around that time, it just stands alone, and the music, it relies more on the music to bring out the emotion of the scene rather than anything else. And then there's the part here where Charenbog plays with the fire. I'm not going to play the entire scene because it would take way too long, so I'm just going to play parts of it and stuff. And hey, wait a minute, was that Van Halen? Dude, that was Van Halen playing there. You don't believe me? Hold on, let me play it back. Alright, so we have several different things, I guess, that you can interpret this as, and it's definitely one of the spookiest scenes ever. Considering the 40s and how things were, definitely some sort of things going on in their mind. I'm not really sure how to describe it. If today they played this sort of thing, parents would be calling, there'd be a lot of controversy, the news would never shut up about it. So I'm not really sure what it is about back then, the 40s and the 50s, where they could get a lot with quite a few in movies, especially children's movies, where compared to today, everything needs to be just gentle and a subtle touch, or sort of need to imply of something rather than just directly do it, such as this. So I must say, it's good that they had the courage to go ahead and do this, and they went through with it, and it's a classic, of course. And one of the music piece, or not one of the music piece that plays, it's just actually one of my favorite, I guess you can call it classical music series, by the guy, I'm just gonna call him Honest because I don't know how to pronounce that other name. It's harder than chair and bog. So, anyways, that's all for this episode. And next episode, we'll be taking a look at some more spooky stuff. Enjoy.